Hey, welcome to CNY Flavor, where we help teach you how to cook on a shoestring budget. We got a great show in store for you. What we do is we do some, a couple recipes, we do some cooking and help you learn how to cook and combine things on a shoestring budget at home in today's economic times. At the end of the show, what we do is we interview local restaurants, owners, chefs, different things that are unique to Central New York. So stay tuned, we got a great show in store for you. We have a great dish here. A lot of people get intimidated when they hear about beef stew because you think it's a 6-hour process and you gotta do your meats properly and then let it cook in a Dutch oven or a slow cooker. And there's certain ways that you can do it, and there are old traditional ways. I'm going to show you, because here at CNY Flavor, we try to teach people how to cook on a shoestring budget and stretch those dollars and do things quick and easy. A lot of times we're working, we're busy. Our kids, our wives, our husbands, whatever the case is, for you, we don't have hours to put into the meal. So this is a quick and easy way using everyday ingredients that you can cook it, have everything ready, dinner ready in 45 minutes, okay? Cooking on a shoestring budget, we're going to use a can of vegetable soup. We have cube steak, about 1.5 pounds of cube steak. We're going to use flour for the coating, regular black pepper that we're going to do to season it, okay, before we coat it. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And then the Wesson oil, pure vegetable oil, that we're going to use to actually brown the beef up. So it's a little process that we do. We have these little cubes here, which are beef broth, that one little cube makes 2 cups of the beef broth. Okay, you can do it the old way if you had it and actually boil it, cook your beef off and then do your own stock. This is the quick, easy, efficient way. Now this total cost will feed a family of 4 to 6 depending upon your serving sizes. And you can do the whole thing for under $8, okay? Now you can't go anywhere and feed a family of 4 for under $8, but we're gonna teach you here. And you can also go to our website at cnyflavor.com, where we help give you hints and tips and quick tips that you can do this stuff. So why don't we get started? Hey, welcome to Crazy Otto's Empire Diner. That's 100 West Albany Street right here in downtown Herkimer. You may remember me or notice me as the host at CNY Flavor. You can come on that website at cnyflavor.com and learn all about the cooking show that airs on Tuesdays, every Tuesday. But we're talking about Crazy Otto's Empire Diner right now. A lot of times you see TV shows, you wonder if the cook, the chef is there, if he really actually cooks or he actually is in a restaurant. Well, I'm one of the guys that have been there, done that, and is still doing it. Right here, you can come in, you can see me cook. I'm here virtually every day. Here at Crazy Otto's, they don't call us crazy for nothing. Everything here is fresh and homemade. As you can see, we fresh slice our tomato. Everything's done fresh to order. Doing actually a BLT right now. This is Michael, also happens to be my son. Hey, all right. Hey, welcome to Crazy Otto's. Come on in, give us a try. You won't be disappointed. So we took the beef bouillon, which was the cube, which makes 2 cups. I'm only using 1.5 cups. Now, I wanted to tell you too that you don't have to use the bouillon cubes. You can use the beef base. You've seen on previous shows where we use the chicken base, and we have a lot of local people out of Syracuse and stuff that do great homemade bases. So you can use a different beef base depending upon your taste. I'm using 1.5 cups. First thing we're going to do, you buy the cube steak and it's already cubed for you. What cube means is, if you can see this, okay, what it's done is it's run through like a grinder, okay, where it just needles it and makes it more tender. And they usually use like a sirloin or an inside top round, which is the beef that they use for this, okay? And we're gonna just cut it into 1-inch pieces. Remember that we always talk about the food safety and using your hands properly. As you hear me say on every show, the cutting board has been cleaned and sanitized, the knives, my hands, so it's really important that you do that, okay? Take your knuckles and you're just gonna come down 1 inch, okay? 1-inch pieces. So you're doing your slice, turn it over. Always take your knife, just push it back up and just cut down. 1-inch slices here. Now, one of the things when you're doing this, okay, is it's important that you cut them all uniform, because if you don't, you're going to get certain ones that are going to be cooked all the way through and others that aren't, okay? And that's what really creates problems in beef stew, when you get a big piece and you bite into it and it's all gristly and it's not quite done. And then you take another piece that is overdone. So it's real important that you take your time, cut with the grain, and do them 1 inch, okay? Just cut straight down. You know, for under $8 too, to cook and feed a family of 4, you can't knock that, okay? One of the things with these, when they run them through these needlers, they're called tenderizers, okay? And what it does, I don't know if you can see the connective tissue that's all broke down in this. That's what makes it really, really tender. I'm going to put this off to the side and spread it over my platter here, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this and I'm going to use approximately 2 teaspoons of black pepper, just pure ground black pepper. Got my little container here, and I'm going to liberally put it over it. Okay, and this is a coating, and then I'm just going to work it all in with my hands. Get this all seasoned. Remember in past episodes I talk about salting your meat. You don't salt your meat before it's cooked. Salting actually will dry out your beef, and it takes all the juices and stuff right out of it. You always salt after you cook your beef. That's what we're doing here. Now, if you can see this too, you can see how they're all pretty much the same size, okay? They're all like 1 inch, all cut. So there you go, you're seasoning it with your black pepper.
Perfect Game Imaging strives to deliver sport action photography that renders images that without us, our clients and customers would normally not even see. I can't tell you how many viewers of our images have asked, "How did you get that shot?" Or, "I didn't even see that happen during the game." It is our mission to have our action shots hanging on the walls of the athletes' families' homes and offices as centerpieces to be cherished for a lifetime.
Okay, so we have just a standard freezer bag, okay, storage bag. You can use Ziploc bag. You can buy them really cheap. You don't have to get the actual name brand. You can get the off color because you're just using it for this purpose. Put a little flour in, about 3 tablespoons. Now you're going to take about 1/4 of this, okay? Put it in here. Zip it up, okay? Then you're just going to move it around. Make sure that it liberally gets on the beef. Shake, shake, shake. So we just shake this up, put it on reserve over here. Reach your hand right in. Doesn't matter that the excess flour falls out because we're going to put a little more in. Okay. Boom. Did it in 3 batches. Zip it right out. Whoop. Sometimes the flour gets in the middle of it and it zips it. Won't let it zip properly. That's all, just shake it right up. What the flour does is what it's going to do is actually help it when we sear it with the vegetable oil, and it's going to allow all the juices and the flavors that are in there get trapped inside, okay, which is going to make it really, really moist. And then the last one here, just shake it all up. And now we're almost ready to go. It's important too that you do this, because a lot of times what people think is they can just sear it or cook it on the stovetop and then just add your other ingredients to it. And I'll tell you what happens is it comes out anything but a traditional light beef stew, because it dries out, gets all hard, and it is not going to taste like the beef stew you're seeing right here on CNY Flavor. This is going to actually seal everything in, and it's going to be moist to the taste. People are going to think you spent hours and hours and hours doing this, and they won't realize that you did it all in 45 minutes. So we have our beef broth. It's all ready to go. We have the quarter cup, remember, quarter cup of Western oil. And again, I just like to say, I hate to keep saying this, but at cnyflavor.com, you can go there, you can get these recipes, okay? Because we post all of our recipes right online too. So go on cnyflavor.com and you can get this stuff and try it at home. So I got the Western oil. It's vegetable oil. Heat it up. Now be real careful too. I wanted to tell you this when you're putting your beef into it, because if it's too hot, it'll splatter, okay, up on you. So I like taking just a couple pieces in the beginning and just laying them in. They're starting to sizzle. I start putting them in, spreading them up. I think you can hear the sizzling on it. Now I don't do the whole batch. I only do about maybe 3/4 of a pound to begin with, because you want to allow room. Okay, you want to allow room for this stuff to actually brown. And so one of the things is you can use a slotted spoon or a spoon like this that has the serrated and the holes in it, because you want to drain the juice as you take it out. And we're going to actually put that in reserve and put this right in a bowl. Want to brown it up really, really good. It's going to take you anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes to do this, to get it browned really, really good. Now, another thing you can do too, let me pull this one out, is you can also use tongs, okay, if you're flipping them right over. So I might do that too. And when I actually remove them from the oil, then I'll use the slotted spoon. So we're just going to let this sear up. That's what you're doing, is you're searing it and you're trapping all the juices inside of it. Browning up really good. So we have it all browned up really, really nice. We're going to take our beef and just put it in reserve. That's all that reserve means, is you're just going to put it off to the side, because it's going to go right back in. We're going to take this beef broth. We're going to take 1.5 cups. Okay, so let me look at my measuring cup here. Okay, that's the ounces, 1.5 cups there. Just pour it right in, boom, 1.5 cups. Put it right in the pan with the juices and stuff from when we browned the beef. And now we're going to take the vegetable soup. And all it is a condensed vegetable soup. Let me get a little spoon here. It's a vegetable soup condensed with a beef broth in it, with the beef broth we just put in. We're going to add this all in together. I like dipping the can in a little and getting that stock out. And now we're just going to bring this up to a boil real quick. And then we're going to add the beef, which we have here. Cook it up for approximately another 15 minutes. And from start to finish, the whole process doesn't even take 45 minutes, and you're ready to go. See, in the flour that was mixed, just to give you a little tip here. You want a tip? Tips are good. The flour that you used with the beef that's in the juices in the pan is what helps thicken it, okay? Flour is the actual thickening agent. And remember on past shows we've talked about roux when you use a butter or an oil, and the flour is the thickening agent. Well, we had the oil, okay, pure vegetable oil, and the flour that we added into it has the reaction and it starts thickening it a little bit. And like a glaze, a demi-glaze, or something that you're cooking down, when you cook it down and let it simmer, it'll actually start thickening up. People like a nice, thick beef stew. So this is starting to simmer a little bit here. We're going to bring it up to a boil. And your beef is ready to go. It's starting to bubble up. Remember, things boil at 212 degrees. That, of course, is depending upon altitude and where you live. Beef is all ready to go. Oh, it smells wonderful. So we're going to put this right in here. Stir it up. Starting to boil. Now remember too, when you use the condensed soup, don't add water. Okay, I know that a lot of times when you make the condensed soups, you add equal parts to water for it, and that's what actually breaks it down. You don't do that with this beef stew recipe because your beef broth is the thing that's breaking it down. Okay. Oh, this looks wonderful. Okay, so now here it is. Starting to boil. We brought it to a boil. All your ingredients are in. We're going to turn it down now to a simmer, about a medium heat. Okay, you got it on a medium heat. I'm sure you can hear that bubbling up there. I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes. 15 minutes, we're going to be done, ready to plate this up, and my crew that's filming this can't wait to try it, I'm telling you.
Is this who you'd call if you need a mechanic? Is this who you'd call if you need a babysitter? No Sheep Designs is the right call for your business when you need professional, affordable web development, photography, or video production. With a decade of experience, we have the knowledge and passion to bring your project to life for much less than you'd expect. Visit nosheepdesigns.com today to see how we can help you.
So here we are. It's been 15 minutes. It is thickened up beautifully. And now we're just going to plate it. I wanted to tell you too, because a lot of times when you see cube steak, you might want to buy a higher price meat because you think, oh, you know, I got a little extra money. I'm going to buy some nice top sirloin or whatever. Don't do that, okay, because it hasn't been tenderized and broken down. It's important that you use the cube steak for this particular recipe because of the quickness of it. If you buy a higher price meat and the connective tissue is not broken down, it'll be tough, and you don't want it tough, okay? And so we're just going to, let me say one thing else too, because culinary arts, it's an art. Taste, I always propose to people that experiment with things on your taste and what you like in things. Because this particular recipe, you can add like wide egg noodles to it, little sour cream, and turn it into like a stroganoff. Okay, there's a lot of different things that you can do with this. You can pour it over noodles, pour it over rice, make some cornbread, regular bread and butter, whatever you feel like that you want to accomplish for your family. But here it is, and look at this, how thick it is, okay? You wouldn't think that with just the way we did it, but that's how it comes out. And I'm going to just ladle some up here, okay? Look at that thickness there. Oh, again, you're going to feed a family of 4 here, and look at that thickness there, okay? Now, try this at home. Feed a family of 4 for under $8, $2 a person. Can't beat it here at CNY Flavor. Hey, Scott Trainer here, host of CNY Flavor, and we've got a great segment here in store for you today. I'm sitting here with the general manager, Pat Bailey, of The Cage in downtown Utica. I love it. We're sitting right next door to the train station here, and you have a wonderful concept. It's called The Cage.
Yeah, the Cage Ultimate Sports Bar.
Cage Ultimate Sports Bar.
Yeah.
Do you have a website?
We do. It's thecageutica.com. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/thecageutica, and on Twitter @thecageutica.
What are your hours here?
Hours of operation, we're open Monday through Thursday. We open at 4 o'clock for happy hour. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we open up at noon for lunch.
Okay. Now, this is a sports bar that primarily is a bar, but you have good food too.
I think we have great food.
Okay, we'll talk about the food in a minute. Now, I do want to mention, though, that this is not for children.
That's correct. You know, we're 21 and over. We are a bar, and it's a place that guys and women and a more mature, older crowd like to come and have a good time at night, watch the games. And so we decided that we're going to be 21 and over and keep the atmosphere more of an adult atmosphere.
More of adult, that's great. Well, and that's okay too, because a lot of at CNY Flavor, we focus on the local mom and pop organizations, family, stuff like that, but it's important that the adults have their time
Of
too.
course.
Okay.
Of course.
Now, how many does this seat?
You know what, we started, we had 90 seats in here, 93 seats. We have a large back room. We decided to put more seats out there and open the bar up a little more, if you will. So comfortably out here, you can get about 60 people sitting down to eat. Of course, we have a full bar. We have a raised stage area behind us here with more pub seating. So comfortably, you can seat about 60, a little more than 60 people in here.
You can do special events too, like bachelorette parties, bachelor parties, whatever, because you do have that separate like conference room where you can just cater to anything that they needed.
Of course, and that's one of the things we love. We close the doors when we're not using it. Basically during the week we don't really need it for overflow, but we keep it for overflow. It's basically another dining area. Comfortably back there, you can seat between 40 and 50 people.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's very, very nice. I also understand that you being the general manager, you have a couple of pretty famous owners that you work for.
Oh, we do. One of them, his name is Matt Hamill. He was in the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championship. He was in there for 5 or 6 years, and he fought 14 times. His head coach is Duff Holmes. He's the other owner of the bar. Duff, a lot of his vision actually is Duff's vision. He and Matt traveled the world to different sports bars, and Duff kind of kept mental notes into every place he went, knowing that one day he was going to open a bar.
Join us at Harts Hill Inn on March 22nd for the 4th Annual Ladies' Night Out, an evening to benefit the Alzheimer's Association and its support for more than 11,000 people currently living with the disease here in the Mohawk Valley. The evening consists of shopping, dancing, raffles, drinks, and food, butlered by the volunteers from the Utica College hockey team. Purchase tickets for $30 each or 2 for $50 at alzcny.org or by phone at 315-617-4025. Event is presented by Brookdale Senior Living and sponsored in part by WUTR.
Okay, now I understand that you're primarily a bar, but you have really, really good food here too, because I ate it, and I happen to know your head cook, Bo, and actually today is Bo's birthday, and I'm surprised he's here after St. Patty's Day, and he actually made it. But tell me a little bit about your food.
We think we have a home run in our hamburgers. Our patties, it's a unique blend. It's brisket, sirloin, and hanger rolled into one patty.
Wow.
And it tastes fantastic. And we went out and tried it as a sample, and as soon as we tried it, we knew that was the burger we had to have. We didn't want to be cheap, if you will, buy a 20-cent patty and then sell the burger for $4. We feel like we have quality food here. And being a bar, we still have quality food. And that hamburger, cheeseburger, however you like it, it's a home run. And so that's number one. We really push our burgers, and they actually push themselves. A lot of people come in here, try it for the first time, say they love it. Next, our chicken wings. We really love our chicken wings. They're really big, meaty. We spend a little more money on buying quality chicken wings.
Now, you mentioned you don't want to be cheap. You spend a little more money. Your prices are very reasonable, though.
I like to think so. Okay. You know, in the restaurant business, you don't really make a big killing on your food. As far as profits go, obviously you're in the business to make a profit,
right.
But in a bar, you make money on alcohol,
Right.
but we wanted to complement the alcohol with good food, and that's why we went with higher quality food.
And you also have a happy hour, a thing where you do like a buffet type, or?
We have a custom-made buffet cart,
Okay.
and we use it a few times. We use it once for happy hour, Monday through Friday, and we put some finger foods out there, some hot items, pizza. We do a bourbon meatball. We put that out for happy hour, and then on the night of a fight, a UFC fight, we pack people in here. We have to turn people away; it's so busy. But if it's a pay-per-view where we have to spend a little more money to get the pay-per-view to be shown, we charge a $10 cover just to cover our costs to having to pay for the pay-per-view. However, in return for your $10, you get the buffet. And on our buffet, on the cart, we put out chicken riggies, we put out meatballs, we put out chicken wings, pizza, and sandwiches.
And that's all free.
Well, it's $10 to get in the door, but I mean, it's covered. Your $10 covers you watching the fight and your buffet.
Right, and your alcohol is pretty reasonable too during that time.
For happy hour, yeah, I mean, we do $2 beers, $3 premium wells, so we call it a premium well. We got some pretty good stuff, we think, in the well, and then the rest of our drinks are $1 off.
Great. Is there anything, because people are watching, they're thinking, you know, a bar, a tavern, can I go there and enjoy myself, have a decent meal at a decent price? Is there anything you'd like to tell the audience that's watching right now?
I'd like to say that we are a bar first, but as you said, and you attested to it and appreciate that you've tasted our food. We have pretty good food. We're a comfortable place to come to. People think the Cage, they hear Matt Hamill. There's no fights in here. We're a comfortable place to come, and it's a great place to hang out on a Saturday to watch football or a Sunday to watch NFL football. During the week at night, it's a great place to come, relax, have a few drinks, and have a good burger. So if you've heard of us and you thought about coming down, hopefully this pushes you over the edge. And I know once you come one time, you'll want to come back.
I think that's an important part, because a lot of people, you know, with fighting, and you're talking about the UFC, and in a bar, there's fights and stuff. Doesn't happen here, okay? Doesn't happen. Otherwise, you're going to have to face Matt, right?
That's right.
Or Bo, the cook in the back.
Yeah, Bo's pretty tough, too.
You got to watch that. Well, listen, it's been a privilege and an honor for me to be here with you, and you taking the time. And I'd like to tell you to come on and give it a try, because it's well worth the effort to come down, see the nostalgia, see the square that you're in, and you've done a wonderful job. How long did it take you to renovate this? Because I know you spent a lot of time renovating this too.
We started renovating in May of 2011, and we finally opened the doors in October 2011. So, top of my head, was that about 6 or 7 months?
So then, even though you've been here, okay, so actually you've been open for about 5 or 6 months.
Correct.
But you spent all that time. Okay, I
Right,
get it now,
yeah.
because you did a wonderful job with the brickwork and just cleaning this place up and renovating it. You did a wonderful job.
When they bought the place, you opened the doors, it was like the previous owner had just locked the doors and left. I mean, the tables were still set, old wallpaper. So there was a lot of work to turn it into what it looks like now.
Great. Thank you. It's been a privilege and an honor to sit here with you.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay.